Welcome back to the AUSPACK Files, live from the AUSPACK 2022 exhibition floor. And I've got Kim Berry with me, sitting in the hot seat. How you doing?
Hello, Grant. I'm still dirty that this is only the second one I have been invited to partake in.
Well, you've been out running the floor. You've been, so busy.
True.
You've been writing articles. And given that the last one was 3 times longer than the average for most of them, I think you're on your fourth.
Okay, that's a fair burn.
It's valid.
Yeah.
It's valid. But meanwhile, sitting with us, we have Bill Atta.
Hello.
Sorry, Bill Atta.
Bill Atta. What did you just call him Blatter?
No, I was about to say Bill Attia, but
whatever.
I'm sorry, Bill.
As long as it
That's
rhymes.
right. I'm Kim Berry, so I get called Kerry all the time.
And this is the afternoon of the fourth day. It's coming to an end.
You guys must be tired.
In 35 minutes, officially, the show is over.
Wow.
So yeah,
Oh.
this is pretty much last.
Is there
dance.
like a last post? You know, that a trumpet will call out.
Lest
or...
we forget.
Yeah.
Age shall not weary them.
So am I the last guest?
I think you're going to be the
Wow.
last guest.
Hopefully
The
you
last
left the
guest.
best to last.
I know,
think we
right?
have.
I hope.
think we have. 'Cause, well, you're
A lot
from
of expectation.
yeah, we're setting up pretty hard. But you're from Dreemar.
I am.
Yeah, and that R at the end for augmented reality.
Well,
so
you got it.
cool.
The AR.
Cool. So yeah, Kim, do you want to start off the questioning?
I want to know. Well, give us the elevator sort of pitch level of what you guys do.
Yeah, cool. So the reason I guess we're here is because if you think about packaging being, I guess, a traditionally static medium, of course it has utility, but at the same time, it's probably not seen as a communication channel, other than probably advertising a brand or a product.
A logo or a
Yeah, but we think that a physical product should be just as engaging as a digital product. And I guess what we do is we provide a software solution that enables people to convert their physical products to digital engagement pieces, which can tell a story, play games, etc., through our software platform, which obviously is what an augmented reality experience is. So that's augmenting, adding value to something that's static and physical with a digital engagement tool over the top.
Okay, so what does it look like?
It could look like video. So scanning a product, a box or whatever, and delivering a video story. It could look like playing a game. It could look like a 3D product visualization.
Sorry, guys. Folks, we're just going to pause this broadcast and come back to it because the audio recorder just died with a card full. I thought I had more than that.
That's a shame.
To be honest, we could just continue on.
Yeah.
And we're not going to record you for posterity. I'm sorry. That's the only problem with this. Well, what do you know? I've filled up the card with audio.
Wow.
That's
Has
probably
that
not
ever happened
surprising.
before?
Yeah, no. So this is the first one. So I'm really sorry that I just cut us there, but we'll keep going because we are broadcasting, and this will be on the YouTube video.
It'll be on the
It'll be
YouTube.
on
So, yeah,
YouTube.
It's all good.
Recorded for posterity on YouTube.
Yeah, correct. And live from the floor of AUSPACK
there you go.
2022 is all the bloopers you could imagine.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So how did you get into this area?
Well, my background is packaging and print for the last 25 years in the graphics space. So,
Right.
I guess creating the artwork in a lot of ways and sort of managing the artwork. But I think because I sort of morphed into the marketing industry.
Yes.
And what happened was we realized that with digital marketing being so obviously buoyant now and everyone expecting, some sort of digital connectivity, we realized that the packaging just, it fell behind in that regard, right? I mean, as we said, we know it has functional use.
Yeah.
But if a brand owner realized that they're, effectively their point of sale, the tangible product that's in everyone's hand could actually also deliver an engaging digital experience, and what insights could they find out about that? And so our real, I guess, passion is to be able to not only obviously deliver a digital experience to a physical product, but to actually measure the engagement and to be able to deliver interesting insights back to brand owners, product owners, to be able to say, here's how people are engaging with your actual physical product. They're playing the game for this long, or they're engaging with the video, or they're visualizing, your so many different things.
Right.
But so from our perspective, I think I love print. So you've got to give that to me. I've been in the industry for so long. It's very hard for me to disconnect myself from the tangible, physical tactility of print. But as a marketer, I also understand that print has its limitations from an ROI point of view, or just a general analytics point of view. It doesn't traditionally deliver really good data back.
And it's so interesting how quickly we're all changing in terms of what we expect from when we purchase something, a product, and the packaging that's on it.
Right.
Whether it's about sustainability or whether we can use off that packaging, find out more about the product than what is just visually directly straight in front of us.
And I think you're right, Kim. I think the big challenge for a lot of those, product owners or brand owners is that sometimes the packaging itself doesn't reflect the full story, because a lot of these businesses or a lot of these owners have got so much more to tell about their company, their packaging, their ethos, and there's only so much real estate you can get on a box. Or on
that's one of
that's
one of the big, the big issues, isn't it? Is that a lot of these companies sort of say, by the time we put all the various, sorry,
it's okay, just keep going.
Keep going.
Reminding you to talk.
I think it's how they have to put so many things on their packaging that to then the things that they want to do, like their own story or their own, actually even just their own branding, can be really challenging.
It can be,
What are you seeing over time? Are you seeing is that the uptake of it by consumers, or in the consumer engagement increasing exponentially, or is it a pretty sort of linear sort of process?
Look, it's linear, because I think there's an education piece around that the packaging can now actually talk to you. So it's not a normal way to engage with packaging. So I guess there is that sort of consumer behavior that has to be educated to understand that, hey, but the beautiful thing, if you can say it, in terms of COVID has made us more aware of QR codes and things like that, right? So people are less hesitant to maybe scan a code that's on a box or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So we're sort of leveraging that idea that, hey, something is scannable now. You can actually put your phone up and literally get more information. And so I think we're leveraging that. There's been an increase in people accepting that and being able to engage through that mechanism. And then, of course, being able to connect a digital experience to that, like a game or a video or a compelling story or some sort of info, whatever it might be. There's just more openness towards it now. And there's been a lot of changes from our side too, because when we first started this, it was all very app-based, app-centric.
Right.
And certainly in Australia, we found that there was a hesitation to download apps.
Oh, look, another app I need to download.
Yeah, exactly right. So, and that's a cultural thing. I mean, we don't have those sorts of problems with our Asian clients and people overseas.
Right.
So it's very cultural. We've noted that. But the QR code is great because that's a web-based experience. You don't got to download an app. And so we're now sort of pivoted our technology to actually be able to add that value of being able to scan a QR code, not having to download an app, which then leads to, an entrance into some sort of experience and some sort of engagement that the customer really wants to hold dear to them, but also the brand is also very passionate about as well. So,
so you're talking about the experience, and I want to take us back to that point where I so rudely interrupted when my system failed. And you were saying, it could be a game or things like that. Now, when I think augmented reality, a classic example of that, not everyone's played it. I haven't. Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Where you're out there and you're looking through your phone at the world and it's layering things on top.
That's right. Yeah.
You've also got the situation of the classic example of perfect augmented reality in the world that we're dreaming of is person wearing the goggles or just normal glasses.
Yeah.
Sunnies type thing. And as they're walking down the street, they're getting little notes about, oh, your friend's a kilometre that way, or watch out for that car, or as it's really going to be, come into this sale, hey, and augmented reality figures getting in your face. When marketers have their way, as the phrase goes. So is that the kind of augmented reality that you're working towards, that you have? Or things
Look,
like that?
obviously augmented reality is quite as you've pointed out, there's quite a broad base of applications. We're very targeted towards, I guess, activating physical products. So some of the examples you've described there's no activation as such. It's simply content being delivered to you through just moving around, and location might be an activation or whatever. With us, it's really about activating physical objects, i.e. packaging, print, that inherently are the entree into that experience. Gotcha. So it's really sort of doing that digital connection between that physical object leading into that digital experience, and using the, I guess, that real estate, that physical real estate, to deliver that experience through, rather than just what you've referred to as being just sort of,
So like the scenario where you've bought this, you scan the QR code, and suddenly it's now in your inventory in a game, or things like that, and as well as getting all the extra
I'll give you a couple of examples that are obviously, we're here at the show, we're being represented sort of on the Opal stand. Cool. Opal have got a couple of examples of how they've sort of used the augmented reality. Okay. So one is a game. So it's a kids product. Yeah. You scan it and you play a card matching game.
Oh, okay.
So the kids product is a book. Essentially, you scan the book, and then the book is an educational book. So then it opens up into an educational game. And the kids play the game off the back of triggered by the book. So there's that symbiosis between the book is obviously, I guess, the physical tactile element. But the extra layer of content and gamification happens through the augmented reality, but they are linked intrinsically. So obviously we can then supply things like, well, how long have people played the game for? How many people have played the game? Where did they play the game? And that's actually being triggered by the print. So that we're actually giving an insight into the print. That's stuff that inherently in this industry, traditionally, the physical object was not able to deliver that sort of insight and that sort of detail. Sure. So that's just one example. The other example, they're using augmented reality to visualize a product. So they've designed a piece of packaging. That piece of packaging traditionally has been really hard to communicate other than a flat piece of paper. So now we can actually render that in 3D, and they can actually place that piece of packaging on your tabletop to scale. So someone can actually physically walk around it, measure it, and it's almost like the box is actually in view, in situ. Gotcha.
Wow.
And it's like, wow, okay, I never realized that you could use, your technology to actually visualize a product in the real world environment.
And some of the ones where you can put the gloves on and pick it up and rotate it.
And the idea of this, which is a real attraction for them specifically, is that if you're a brand owner, it's sometimes very hard to visualize how your design is going to appear in the real world. Especially when it's on a shelf with all the other competitors. But that's a real key point for them, because they want to know, like, is it going to stand out on the shelf? I mean, it's a real war out there, and so we can actually visualize that whole experience. Here's what your carton may look like, or your bottle may look like in situ amongst the competitors on the side. And that means the brand owner and product owner can get a full visualization of really, even before anything's printed, what it's actually going to look like, and be able to make some of those really important design decisions even prior to producing the product. So it's quite a powerful little application as well. Stuff,
It's kind of a brave new world, isn't it? Remember when you just get a package?
Or when you have a flat and then you have to print it.
And then you have to assemble it yourself.
And figure it out, and you'd have the mock-ups and all that kind of stuff. So this is similar to some of the walkthroughs that they're doing for houses, when
you're absolutely right.
And you can, with the gloves on, this is more VR than AR, but that you can, when you're designing a kitchen, you can go in and the gloves will tell you where the bench height is. And you can go, I want it up half an inch, or things like that.
Correct.
So I'm not bending over.
That's right. That's right.
That's the it used to be rendering.
I agree. I think for the packaging designers out there who obviously, the traditional mechanism they may send a PDF, or at very best they may do a die cut and get the user to put it together and,
Yeah.
and sort of show them that, a one-off proof or something. This is a really powerful way to communicate the design of a product
Yep.
In 3D, in situ, so you can see it to scale,
Yep.
and then be able to make some really good decisions from a design point of view without having to really do anything extra or spend any extra money or whatever it might be. So for a lot of designers out there, our tool is a great way for them to engage with in the design phase, to be able to engage proof of concepts and what have you with the product owners and brand owners without really doing much. Just, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. A lot of this stuff takes seconds to do.
Yeah.
In our software. So
now you got a really good tool, and we've talked about some great environments for it, and Kim's getting her head around how it's working and everything. But it's a big world out there.
Yeah.
The door knocking must be insane. So you just said you're at the Opal stand.
Yeah.
I take it you're working with Opal and maybe some other partners to help open doors?
Yeah, I think for us, the strategic partnerships are probably, we're a small business, there's only 4 of us and we're still growing. It's still in the startup phase. So, we rely very heavily on strategic partnerships and just, I guess, using existing relationships and leveraging existing relationships to help, I guess, educate the market, show what's possible. And of course, our strategic partners have those relationships in place with the brand owners, with the product owners, and we couldn't sort of grow without them essentially being our front office and doing some of the legwork. But a lot of these guys are genuinely interested in innovation for themselves as well, because they have to obviously continue to evolve and continue to innovate, and they see AR as an extension of what they do from a physical product point of view to adding digital capability. So they're invested in it. They're actually authentically invested in it as well. And in some ways, it's a symbiotic relationship, because they're presenting more innovation and pushing the envelope with their service offering and adding value with their existing customers and any new customers. And of course, we're benefiting from that as well, because we're able to work with them to deliver.
Fantastic.
It really works really, really well. And, we're grateful for a lot of people. In fact, there's probably 4 or 5 key players here at the show who have, in essence, been partners of us and have helped us grow to where we are today. So, couldn't have done it without them. Yeah.
Well,
anything more on the question front from you, Miss Kim?
No, my brain is...
You're just blown away by all this.
I know. My brain does... I get it, but my brain does struggle with it. I'm very visually orientated.
And it may be for a new generation, Kim. Because
I know.
Even for me, I still love the tactility of the original product.
Yeah.
But I guess if you think about, the new generations coming through and engaging with younger audiences,
that's it, right?
the idea of being able to have information on demand by simply pointing your phone at something and just getting the extra information.
Yes.
You can sort of see where the younger generation would almost gravitate to that type of engagement.
And I think it's one of those situations where they have almost just a natural propensity to it.
They do.
Whereas for us, it's just a more of a learned behavior.
Absolutely.
So we all we'll still get there.
Yeah.
I certainly appreciate the value that it brings and the wealth of information it can convey, but the process of it, the machinations of actually
going through that,
still in my head, just going.
Well, hopefully you're not unaccustomed to scanning QR codes these days, right? So you're sort of almost being forced to do that anyway in a lot of ways.
There's lots of things that COVID has accelerated.
Yeah, I think so. And we've definitely been a beneficiary of that in some sad way. You know what I mean?
The QR code was dead outside of Asia.
Oh, mate, it was on the nose, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Do we have to have it? It doesn't look very good.
Doesn't automatically
get
it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. But I definitely think that with brands trying to connect with younger audiences and trying to build a tribe that's sort of coming through, that's generational, and with the stories that they really want to tell and the way that they want to tell them, which usually is best through digital mediums. This is a great a great fit.
Yeah.
It elevates the brand to be more current. It's meeting the consumer demand by being able to instant gratification, scan the package, get the content, enter the competition, play the game. And I think what we may be describing now, even though it seems alien for us, I think and we certainly hope at Dreemar that within the next couple of years, this will become very mainstream, that you'll almost expect every box, every label to be scannable and tell you something about themselves or entree into a game. So I think, we've always seen it as a bit of a long game, not so much a short game. And we've been around for 4 years now, and we've chipped away at it, and we're starting to obviously grow. And there's a lot more people that we're talking to now who already have AR on their radar, as opposed to 3 or 4 years ago where it was like, what the hell is it?
What does that mean?
So we're sort of past that phase. And again, coming back to what you're saying, when we get other people involved, other strategic partners involved who also have bought into it and are educating and promoting it indirectly on our behalf, it's just making it so much more easier, and it's permeating more, and people are more aware of it. And I think we're definitely in a good place in terms of seeing that sort of activation of a physical product become commonplace within the next two years, I reckon.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think that's a pretty good place to, as Kim says, wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. Put a
Put a
fork
line
in
under
it.
it.
Yeah.
Put a pin in it.
Put a pin in it. Put a line under it. Yeah. So with that, I think once again, Kim holds the record for the longest interview ever.
That was not my.
It took both of us working together to get this one.
What can I say? People like talking to people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're approachable.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, Bill, thank you so much
we
for coming on.
Thank you guys so much for allowing us the opportunity
hope
to talk
you've had a
about
great
our product.
show.
We have. Yeah, we've loved it. And it's been great to talk to you guys.
I know,
That's
right?
been the highlight for
Seeing
me
people.
personally.
Seeing people.
Oh, he can come back on the show.
Thank you very much. I'm hoping so.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks,
No
Bill.
worries. Thanks you.
Okay, folks. Thanks to everyone who's been following the AUSPACK Files, recorded live from the AUSPACK 2022 exhibition floor. This is going to be our last one. We won't be back soon. This is the end of the day. It's just about 3 p.m. when they're going to hit the klaxon, and that's it, game over. And all these wonderful stands, of which if you've been watching the video, you've seen like 10%, less than 10% of what's out here, probably 5. And they're all going to start packing it down. So with that, we're going to pack down and we're going to close off the channel. Thank you so much to everyone who has followed these episodes. Thanks again, Bill. Thank you, Ms. Kim.
Yes, I would like to also say thank you to you. You have been a stellar additional member to the Yaffa Media team this week. It has been a joy, an absolute joy.
It has been a lot of fun and very educational for me in so many ways.
Yeah,
but I've learned so much about
I bet
machinery.
there's so many things that you never knew.
Yeah, like don't forget to clear the buffer on your machine because you're running out of space on your card. I thought I had way more left. But anyhow, with that, folks, we'll close down the channel. Thanks, everyone.